Hey, Bruce here, folks. And I'm in at Sock World where another big shipment of sock machine parts have arrived. Jackie, how many coming in this lot?
Well, there's 50. We've made 50 in this lot. About 10 have arrived. I've shipped a few out, and there's 40 sitting on a truck somewhere between here and Christchurch.
And
they'll get here one day.
And these are the machines, and you're assembling them at the present time.
Yeah. What I do is I put them all together and test them and make sure they're all working, and then we ship them out one at a time.
So you pretty much have an assembly line here of putting them together.
Yeah. It's it takes probably a couple of hours for each machine by the time you assemble it and tune it up and get it all ready.
Tell us again how did you get on to manufacturing sock machines?
Well, must be near 30 years ago now. Nolly Martini down in Harry found a sock machine in a barn somewhere.
Right.
And I ended up collaring it off old Nolly and had it for bloody years before I give it back to her.
Yeah.
And got interested in them, and the internet came on in the 80s, early 90s, I guess. And I started making parts for people overseas. I'd found these online communities of sock machine enthusiasts, and
right around the world.
Yeah, and mainly in the US, but all over the world. And so I started making the odd parts, teamed up with a factory in Christchurch that I'm still with, and we eventually started making machines, and this is now our sixth model of sock machine. So we started off, that was a very early model, that sitting up on the shelf up there, that pretty rudimentary, just aluminium and stuff. Now these are all, as you can see inside them, they're all steel and pressed into the aluminium shells. We sort of keep it back to the traditional ways of manufacturing as much as we can, which were castings.
And you turn around, the sock comes out the bottom.
Well, a little bit more than that, It's like driving a car. There's just a little bit of skill involved.
As you do. And now, the potential worldwide, is it very big?
Well, it's huge. We're averaging about 100 machines a year.
Wow.
They're $3,500, so, we probably could sell 200 if we could make them, but once you get into that sort of stuff, you're into huge capital investment, and it's big money.
Where's the big money coming? Holding stocks, or?
Well, yes, getting the stock made, because every little part here has to be made by 100 or by 50, depending on what your run is. So there's lots and lots of small parts, which is lots of time.
So you're
machine space.
You're pretty insistent on the parts being made in New Zealand as well, aren't you?
Yes, and we get all ours made in Christchurch. We should have a factory here on the West Coast doing this sort of stuff. I've advocated for enough, but no one ever bloody well listens to me.
Oh, I think we listen. We're just not quite sure how to do it.
Nobody quite gets it. We should be training young people in this technology, because these are made using robot technology, or CNC machining, which is what we now call robot technology.
And is that what you're advocating for the coast?
Absolutely. We need a factory here doing this sort of stuff, because and it's suitable for manufacturing small parts, small things. Whether you want to make a gun or a stub axle for a trailer or whatever, you can do all that stuff using the same CNC technology.
So you're looking at small run.
But we should be training our own young people right from school to be doing this kind of work. And I'm not saying all of them, but the ones that have got that engineering bent, there's nowhere here for them to train. There's nowhere, they have to go away. Some young people don't want to go away, or can't afford to go away, can't afford to pay for expensive polytechs. And what I've been advocating for many years is we have our own factory here, which is a production factory, which is making stuff for clients,
yep,
but also training apprentices. So the apprentices are not having to pay to be trained, they're getting paid to train.
Oh, I love it. Gosh. Well, look, once again, you're about...
but no one ever listens to me.
No, we listen. I keep telling you, we listen, but it's there's a bit more to it than that. We've got to get it together.
Well, I've bashed my head against a brick wall with the Development Trust. I've just about given up on that avenue. And I'm getting a bit old to do it, but there's a huge potential here for manufacturing small stuff. You can also manufacture stuff for mining and heavy machinery, but that's pretty much taken care of on the coast. It's this type of technology that we're lacking.
Wow.
And this is the technology of the future. I'm not talking about the past, I'm talking about the future.
Where we go from here.
If we're serious about, wanting to keep people in jobs, wanting to train our young people, then we've got to start at the schools and have the facilities for them. And let's face it, even if we train them and they go away, that's fine, because being coasters, they usually come back. And we have to have jobs here in those technologies they're trained for so they can come back.
And when they come back, they stay.
That's absolutely right.
Well, there we go, coasters. Jackie Grant, sock manufacturer, amazing entrepreneur, and at 77, she keeps looking for further projects. And now you will have heard her give the...
Yeah, I'm going to be making Zimmer frames next.
And you might have heard her give the Development Trust a bit of a burst there, but I can tell you they're working on it. And don't close that door yet.
Yeah, well, they're not working on it with me, which is the problem.
Well,
they might be working on it, but it's all very well giving other people your ideas. But at some stage, it'd be nice to be involved.
I reckon they'll knock on your door. Now look, hey, have a great Christmas, and you keep those machines going out.
We will.
There we go, folks. It's a major exporting
and while we're
business.
on this,
oh no, jeez.
While we're on this,
what are we doing now?
Well, we talk about shopping locally and all this sort of stuff. We're not having that great a bloody Christmas season in Hokitika.
Yeah.
And on the retail, and it'd be nice to see some of the tradespeople, plumbers, electricians, different people that we've all dealt with over the year come in and buy a few things off us. And I'm not just talking about my shop, I'm talking about all of us. Charity starts at home. So let's just remember that. We've got shops here. When you're going online to buy some socks or some clothes or some ornaments or whatever, and you're flipping onto the warehouse website or somewhere, just flip back off and have a look at your local stuff, because we've all got it.
There we go, folks. Now, there's one thing
Merry Christmas.
There's one thing about Jackie. At least she's not outspoken. Now, you have a great Christmas, won't you?